Hi guys, it's Stevie G. Just going to do another vlog, and I'm probably looking a little bit clearer than before because I'm using my full HD camera and I'm using my Blue Yeti microphone, although I haven't got doesn't seem to like my video software on my Mac at the moment, and I've got it loaded up in Windows on my Mac. But yeah, let's go with it now until I get everything configured correctly. It seems to be alright for now. So, alright, what I want to talk about tonight is over the last 24 hours. Last night I did a vlog on some of the things I've done in my life, and I've had quite a lot of responses from people during the day because I talked about giving up smoking. And during the last, it's probably 8 days now, there's been a few things. So people have asked me, hey, look, I've tried giving up smoking. It's been really hard. Can you give me some tips? What can you tell me? What's worked for you so far? So I'm going to go over a few things and try and cover it as quickly as I can to sort of go over a few things that might help you. So the first and foremost thing, obviously, with smoking, you've got nicotine running through your body, a bunch of other chemicals, and they all go to your brain. So a lot of that stuff, as soon as you give up, it's no longer there. So your body starts being starved of it, and it's going, you've got these little messages coming from your brain going, it's time for a smoke. It's time for a smoke. And I'm going, no, it isn't. No, it isn't. And it's going, come on, we want to have a smoke. And I'm going, no, we don't. So there's been a lot of little mind games that you have to play with yourself. But the first thing I'm going to cover is obviously, for a lot of people that fail a lot, they've tried to give up and tried to give up. Never stop trying to give up. I think it definitely, every time you do it, it does get a little bit easier. This time, it's just costing me so much money. I've got an 11-year-old son to think about. I've got the rest of my life ahead of me. I'd hate to cut it short. So, let me start anyway by talking about how you would start to get yourself off. Now, not everybody's a superhero. You can't just go, some people go cold turkey and that works for them. Other people it doesn't, For me, so far, when I started out, there's gums you can get, there's all different sorts of things. But I'm going to tell you what worked for me. I started using the Nicobate, patches. Now, obviously, a lot of people that use these, they don't really follow the instructions. They just sit there and go, I used patches for a while, but they didn't work. Well, it's because most people are either one of two things. They're too busy or too lazy to actually read the back of it. If you sit there and you read it, obviously this is step one, so these are the 21 milligram ones that are designed for people that smoke 10 or more a day, 15 more a day, something like that, that have smoked quite a lot or smoked for a while. So if read the box and check it out. You can get gums. Nicobate make gums. They make all different sorts of things. So have a look and see what works for you. But yeah, obviously they say step 1, 6 weeks, once daily. I don't know. I might not use this for 6 weeks. I might use this for 2 or 3. Then I will go down to step 2, which is sort of a reduced milligram amount. And then they say 2 to 4 weeks for step 3. I'll probably use that for about 2 weeks, maybe 1 week. But it all depends on how long you've smoked for, how much you smoke, and what kind of willpower you've got. Before you quit, you've got to level with yourself. Do you want to quit? Like if you're in a position where you're like, oh look, I enjoy it too much, I don't want to quit. You don't care, then you're not going to do it. But if you really want to quit, I'm going to give you the tips right now that's going to help. One of the first things I thought was very, very helpful. Now, a lot of people say, hey, how do you know how long you've gone and how much milligrams you've avoided and, how how much money you've saved. Now, the first thing I can tell you is I went on to the iTunes App Store. I don't know if this is available for Android as well, but there's an app, and I don't know if you can see that. Let me try and get it happening. It's called My Quit Buddy. So if you look up My Quit Buddy on the App Store, it actually shows you, come on, focus. Come on, Logitech. Yeah, it actually tells you on here things like, okay, I've now gone 8 days, 2 hours and 43 minutes without smoking. I've avoided 2,268 milligrams of tar, and I've saved $454 of money that otherwise would have been burnt and blown into the air. So it's been a big help because, I mean, as this year is cruising by very, very quickly, coming up to Christmas, I've had car registration just yesterday, $740. I would not have been able to afford that properly if I hadn't given up smoking, so it's been a big help. This app, while we're talking about it as well, it does tell you stuff as you go along, which is sort of like little facts and stuff like that, like your head. In 1 week, your sense of taste and smell improves. By day 2, your hair smells fresher. In 1 month, skin appearance is likely to improve. Look forward to fresher breath almost immediately. So it does tell you like little scientific things. Body and torso in 5 days, most of the nicotine is out of your body. After just 1 day, your heart rate returns to normal. In 8 hours, excess carbon monoxide is out of your blood. After just 1 hour, your heart rate and blood pressure drop. Okay, so let's look at this. Arms and hands. From day 1, your fingertips are warmer and your hands are steadier. I actually noticed that. That's true. So, and there's stuff here you can share on Facebook. I've been sharing it on Facebook, and thankfully, having some good family or support people to say, hey, buddy, that's brilliant, that's good, you're giving up. I think everything like that does help. Encouragement is a great thing. So, My Quit Buddy, go and look it up on your app store, see if you can download it. It's very good. It's been helpful for me. There's also little things in here where you've got down the bottom, if you've got a back me up button, there's a thing where it does little things and little games and stuff to distract you. Buddy up, if you've got somebody else who's going through this as well, you've got like somebody to help you as a quit buddy. And you've got goals and stuff, remind you of what your goals are or the important people in your life you've got a reason to live for, So I think it does it for all the right reasons. So My Quit Buddy, I'm going to add a link in the description where you can get it from the iTunes App Store. I'll see if I can find the other links for Android and things like that as well. But I highly recommend that. That's a good little helper if you've got a smartphone. So I think every little bit of help like that and something that sort of gives you a progression, makes you feel like you're getting somewhere, is good as well. So that's something that's been good, but it's an electronic device. So this here is going to help you with your cravings and things, and help you, like, you're not just going to go smoke, no smoke. It's like jumping off a cliff and going, I'm going to land, I'll be able to fly. So if you have something, it's going to steady you down. That's the idea. You don't want to drop it too fast. You want to slowly get the nicotine out of your system. Don't just quit like that. A lot of people try to do that. Some people it does work for. Hey, if you're one of those brilliant superhuman people who just can give up anything at the drop of a hat, that's brilliant. But some people really struggle. So my suggestion is to you is think about, reducing it slowly, taper it off, and then eventually stop it. But don't stop it until, however long it takes you. If you want to follow this full program and go 6 weeks for step 1, 2 weeks once daily, 2 to 4 weeks for step 3, follow the whole thing as it's directed. If you really don't have, if you've smoked for a long time and you want to drop that down. But I do recommend having something to help you. If you can't have patches or you can't have anything like that, it'd be a good idea to go see your doctor and see what other options you can get, or try gums and things like that. While we're talking about stuff like this too, I've gone with a different approach. A lot of people have basically said, Oh, look, whenever I gave up, I hold a pen in my hand, I have a pen in my hand and I use it like that. I don't use that method. I choose not to. The reason I don't is because anything that assimilates smoking to you mentally is going to remind you of smoking. So I think entirely outside the box in this way and go, I'm not even going to hold anything in my hand. Or, okay, at work, right? I've got 2 10-minute breaks a day. I'm a computer engineer. I'll go outside and usually I'll be having a smoke. So now that I'm not smoking, what do? Do I just stop having my break? No, I still have my break. I go out, get some fresh air, and I make a phone call, or I play with my smartphone and look at some apps, or check the news, or play a game, or do something that takes my mind away from what I normally do. See, gradually you're breaking the habit of what you're doing. Now, it really is mind over matter with the habits. That's the one thing I can say. The habits, it's mind over matter. And a lot of people will say, mind over matter, what the hell does that mean? But you've got to stay strong like this. Like I can tell you right now, I'm no superhuman person. I've had little cravings and I've like, hey, how the hell am I, this little voice in my head's like, hey, let's have a smoke. And I'm like, no, let's not, And what I'll do is I'll sit there and I'll fiddle with my smartphone or something, or do something, or check the news, or go and check some of the stuff on my phone, just something to distract you. And if you can distract yourself even for just that couple of minutes, often that's enough for the craving to go away, and you can still stay strong. So then it's like, oh, okay. But you really want to distract yourself. You don't want to try not to be conscious of what you're doing. Eventually you'll do it automatically. You'll just sit there and you'll start doing something and sort of go, hey, what's new in news? And if you're actually reading something, you're not kind of conscious of oh, I'm doing this to block out the smoke stuff. If you're thinking smoking, as you're doing it, it's obviously not going to work. So try and distract yourself. If you have a game console or something, you can distract yourself. So try it. So I think those are a couple of tips anyway that definitely help. I hope that I can help other people to do the same thing. If you do want to give up, you have to want to give up. And for me, it's about health and it's about money. The money is just far too expensive now. The government's put it up and it's gone up from like $30 a packet to $35 a packet. One of my friends, he smokes a really big amount of smokes. I think it's like 450 smokes a week. That's crazy when you think about it. 450 smokes a week. That's 2 cartons of smokes. 2 cartons of 50 packs of smokes. So that's, in one carton there's 4 packs of 50. So there's your 200. And I think he gets another one. That's 400, and then probably another half within that week. Isn't that insane? Or another packet. It's insane. And when you think about it, you're just burning up money. And I said, how much are you paying for your cartons now? And he said, oh, look, a carton now costs me $140. And I'm thinking, I said, so how many cartons do you get? He goes, 2. I said, so you're telling me that you're paying like $280 a week. That is ludicrous, and that is just blowing it away. That's a house payment, man. It really is. So really, you've got to set your goals. One of the other things I can tell you, you don't want to obviously overextend your budget here, but treat yourself to a little something. Something you wouldn't have normally been able to get, but don't go and buy a boat or something immediately. You're going to be in debt, and you're not really winning anything. I went and bought myself a video game. Went, hey, I couldn't afford this. I got it. So give yourself a little pat on the back. And really help yourself move along. Anyway, guys, that's the first part of what I've got to say. If you've got any questions, leave them in the comments, and we'll see if we can make another video if you want to hear any more. Peace out. All right, just click like and subscribe. It helps me out a whole bunch and helps me get my videos out there, guys. I really appreciate all the support I've been getting off YouTube lately. You guys have been fantastic. My subscribers are going up. People are actually starting to view my videos, so and that's only been from the people who have actually taken a couple seconds just to click like and subscribe. So thanks, guys. I really appreciate it. Peace out.